family. Thank you, and may God bless you once again for joining me on Sikam Perov on YouTube. Please, if today happens to be your first time on this great platform, don't forget to hit on the subscription button. Please, after subscribing, kindly also hit on the notification bell icon. If you click on the notification bell icon, it's going to open some option for you. Select from the options or notification. So doing would enable you to receive future video upload that I'm going to do on this platform. And please, if the content of this video is very educative for you, you can also click on the like button to trigger the YouTube algorithm in promoting this particular video further. And please, you can also use the share button to move this video from the YouTube platform to go onto other social media platform to broaden this particular education. And at the same time, please recommend this platform to the international students, to the Ghanaian students, to the students in the diaspora, and to anybody who is interested in moving to Canada to study. Thank you, and may God bless you for joining me once again for this education. So today we are looking at the latest immigration ruling that is coming from the Federal Court of Canada that has to do with international students. Let's read on. Federal Court rules that tuition does not need to be paid for study permit applications. The case of Tarani versus Canada has positive implications for international students. The federal court has ruled that students do not need to pay all or part of their tuition fees for a study permit application in the case of Tarani versus Canada, Citizenship and Immigration. Tarani, a citizen of Iran, applied for a study permit after being accepted to a project management program at Toronto College. Tarani's study permit application was refused because the immigration officer was not satisfied that he would leave Canada at the end of his authorized stay. The decision was based on Tarani's marital status, family ties in Canada, and the fact that he only paid part of his tuition to hold his place in the program. On the issue of tuition payment, the court explained that according to Immigration Refugee Protection Regulations, IRPR, an applicant only needs to establish that they have been accepted into a program of study. The applicant does not need to prove that any or all tuition has been paid. Rather, IRPR only requires the individual to prove that they have the financial ability to pay for tuition and other expenses. The officer erred by using the fact that Tarani did not pay his full tuition as cause for refusing his study permit application. Further, the officer never found that Tarani did not have the financial capacity to pursue his studies in Canada. Overall, the court deemed that the payment of tuition was unrelated to whether Tarani would leave Canada at the end of his studies or at the end of his authorized stay. The court concluded by finding that the officer's decision to refuse Tarani's study permit was unreasonable as it lacked justification and failed to engage with the evidence Tarani provided. The Tarani case emphasizes educational affordability and the importance of providing accommodation for international students looking to study in Canada. The ruling removes a barrier to access for foreign nationals looking to study in Canada that may not be able to pay all or part of their tuition at the time they submit their study permit application. As long as an applicant is able to demonstrate that they have the requisite financial resources to pay for tuition and other expenses when required, they are invited to apply for a study permit and will not be penalized for unpaid tuition during the application submission stage. Canada is a popular destination for international students due to the country's high quality of education and its affordability, especially compared with other popular international student destinations. In addition, Canada provides accessible work and immigration opportunities for post-graduation. The amount of study permit issued by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, has increased a great deal in recent years. In 2002, Canada welcomed a record-breaking of 551,405 international students from 184 countries. As of the end of 2022, there were 8,750 international students holding valid study permits in Canada. So, fellows, I'm going to pause the video here so that it doesn't prolong. So, most importantly, all that this video is trying to, inform you of is that as it used to be, if you're trying to, secure like a study permit visa to Canada to study, the then immigration law was, requiring you to, pay for the full term of your studies, you see. And if you are not able to, pay for the full term of studies, sometimes it could even lead to the refusal of the visa that you're looking forward to get. But with the latest and with the updates and with the changes in the Canadian immigration that has to do with international students, as the Federal Court of Canada has ruled, that doesn't need to become a requirement, or that doesn't need to become like a law that if you don't have that, you are going to be refused the visa. So it is also important for international students to take note and to leverage on this process to be able to apply to any school that they are interested in Canada.